make that shadow take 10 steps backwards. So it reads in 2 Kings chapter 20, the story of King Hezekiah and the prophet Isaiah. What does that mean? It could mean make the shadow on the sundial move 10 degrees backwards, or move the shadow back up 10 steps on the stairs. And that implies, in both cases, make time reverse, so the shadow jumps to where it was. That's a very tall order for a prophet. The king's in trouble. The prophet might be in even deeper if he can't do some miracle or other, or so we're conditioned to think. Maybe, however, this is a symbolic way of speaking. Consider, there is an identical situation elsewhere in the Bible. There often is, which isn't so curious given that the Bible spans hundreds upon hundreds of years of history. Anyway, we read thus in the story of the terrible battle in which Joshua, chapter 10-13, conquered. At the command of Joshua, sun, stand thou still at Gibeon, and moon in the valley of Aijalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the nation took vengeance on their enemies. Actually, impossible. The sun and the moon can't stand still. We know this only too well from the laws of physics. Slam on the brakes in your car, your body has momentum that wants to keep hurtling forward. So, for the sun to stand still means that the earth would stop rotating. Every last vestige of life, atmosphere, water would fly forward with a huge bang into space. But did the scripture really mean what fundamentalism implies? That the sun stood still and the earth likewise? No, but it is a powerful, symbolic way of talking. Joshua won the hard fight. So it seemed to the troops as if the sun really had stood still. And did the scripture really mean the shadow went backwards and time reversed? Of course not. But when a great leader's healed, then a nation rejoices, for contrary to all appearances, the unthinkable desire for healing has come true. It's as if time's ravages reversed themselves in a sign. The shadow jumped is a metaphor for the king's healing. There are in fact many passages in the Bible that talk about the shadow of God in this positive way. Just look up Judges 9. It says, "Then all the trees said to the thorn bush, 'Will you be king over us?' And the thorns said to the trees, 'If you really mean to anoint me as your king, then come under the protection of my shadow.'" A profound metaphor for God. In the shadows, we discern reflections. Our hearts leap to the imprint of the images which are everywhere. God is Lord of time and eternity and space and souls, and those shadows are our reality.